People always ask me, they'll say, well, why'd you change the names? I said, well, save Cypro and Amplifon and save Tennessee if you still ask that.
That's a great question. We get the name all the time, and no, we are not a base organization.
Proprietary software that can help map the entire land area that we're looking at to basically look and see where the issues may be quicker, faster, and safer.
This is the Oil and Gas Contractors Connect podcast with your host, Ryan Ray.
Welcome to another edition of the Oil and Gas Contractors Connect. I'm your host, as always, Ryan Ray. Thank you for tuning in, and this is the show where we connect you with upstream, midstream, downstream, all parts of the oil and gas industry. And as always, this show is brought to you by R Squared Global. If you're looking for engineering, surveying, right-of-way services, GIS, anything like that, be sure to contact the good folks at R Squared Global by going to GOR2.com. That's GOR2.com, or you connect with me on LinkedIn. I will have my profile linked in the show notes. Today we have on a man that I've known for, I guess, maybe 2 years now, quite some time. It's finally good to get him on the program. Landon Morgan, who is a sales account manager with SwiftWater, which is a Terra company. Landon, thanks for coming on. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing pretty well, Ryan. How about you?
I cannot complain. It's a little hot here in Texas, but not as hot as, I'm sure it's hotter out there in Midland where you're at than where I'm at just south of the Metroplex here. But yeah, and you know, it is hot, but I will say this. We're recording this on July 15th. The end of summer, the cooler days, you can at least know they're about a month and a half out. So that's a positive. But let's get into it. SwiftWater. I like to ask this question. What's in the name? So water's in the name, Swift's in the name. I'm assuming you guys have something to do with water and maybe moving it fast or swiftly.
Yeah, we try to. Most of the time we do a pretty good job, I would say. 100%, you know. Yes, so here at Tetra SwiftWater, we are a part of Tetra Technologies, based out of the Woodlands. Is our home office there. For us, we offer a fully automated, integrated water management solution to help with increasing water needs by transferring, treating, recycling, optimizing produced water for frac, flowback ops, but at the same time, you know, providing cost savings and reducing operational and environmental risk. And with these technologies that we offer within our closed loop system, work together to help provide the lowest cost per barrel water management solution. It helps simplify our customers out there with their purchasing and really their operational workflow by using us and being their one call for their water needs.
Okay, so you used a lot of terms there that some of the listeners will be familiar with, but some of them won't. So why don't we just kind of take that and break it down to maybe for some folks who aren't familiar with maybe what some of the water needs are in the Permian, and in kind of layman's terms, where exactly are you guys taking water from and to, and, you know, without naming client names, who are your customers? Is it the upstream companies, the landowners? Are you more of a midstream company? To kind of maybe get a little generic for some of the folks who aren't as familiar with the water industry as you are.
Well, as far as with operators, really with them, we would do more of the water transfer. They would be more interested in looking at recycling operations for them, setting up some recycling plants. Let's see, you know, some of their disposal. But we do, as far as for midstream companies, we do have pipeline and infrastructure construction. So we do offer that. And we work with, on the sourcing side, we do deal with landowners. If they're selling water out there and, in ranches that they own or land that they own, we try to work with them to help us be able to source water for some of our other customers. Or, if we need to get right-of-way easements or things like that to lay our water transfer lines, that's something that we offer as well. But really, we can work with just about anybody that needs help with the water.
Sure. So where would you say, just by percentage, without giving out an actual percentage, but what is your biggest customer base? Is it, you kind of went through a lot of different sectors of the industry there. What is your, at SwiftWater, what's your guys' primary client base?
I would say for right now, I'd say probably 65 to 70 is mostly E&Ps and shell operators out in the basin.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, one of the things about water in general is there's so many different issues that you look at, and a lot of discussion about what's going on with water. What are some of the things that maybe you've seen since you've been out there, or you guys have been out there, that maybe is the market shifting, or is things kind of playing out like you guys thought it would be? It seems like there's kind of some consensus, but also a little bit of disagreement about where the water industry, as it pertains to oil and gas, is going.
I still think it's very positive. There's a great outlook, and we're constantly busy. A lot of that, you've seen some articles recently, about the talks of things slowing down. But at the end of the day, everybody that's out there operating, whether you're midstream, an operator, you're going to need water to even perform an operation from start to finish. So for us, we have plenty of work, and there's still more work out there. So we don't really see it slowing down. If it ever gets to that point, it may hit one or two areas, but we're always going to stay pretty constant and picking up in some of those areas that we haven't been able to get or really work, as far as it could be a pipeline infrastructure job and things like that. We're always looking at where we need to improve, and if we have a lot of experience in each area. It's just sometimes one area is more popular at the moment than the other, but no, as far as water goes, I think the water market is going to stay constant, if not increase in the next 5 years, I believe.
Okay, one of the things you have listed on your website is that you guys do chlorine dioxide treatment. We were at an event a while back, and we were talking about water treatment and cleaning the water and kind of what's all going on in there, and it's a kind of an interesting discussion to have. But at a high level, at least, you talk us about what you guys do with treating water, and maybe some of the issues that you guys have faced, or ways to mitigate some of those risks.
So with our on-the-fly water treatment system that we offer, we use for the biocides, or the biocides are the most widely used disinfectant for water treatment. And the biocides we use are approved by the EPA. We remove bacteria and sulfides prior to frac to make sure we maintain continuous and accurate chemical dosage. And for us, we use high purity chlorine dioxide, which we've seen has been very effective. Reacts pretty fast, and it's at the same time it's still environmentally friendly, and that's more for some operators. They're if they can get it clean enough and avoid solid buildup to a point where it doesn't have to be like Aquafina necessarily. Some are looking for more of an on-the-fly water treatment, like I'm explaining, just to get it clean enough to send it back downhole. And other operators are looking for 100% no solids, 100% zero solids, to where it's really really clean. It just really depends on the operator. But we're able, with the chemicals we offer, as far as the treatment side, we're able to really customize it to their specific needs.
Now, one of the things that you guys offer here is some above ground storage for the water. And I'm just curious, as someone who's not in the water business, this might be a silly question, but just in general, when you bring water in and you guys store it, are you guys going to purchase that water and you're going to clean it and resell it? Or is it more like you're renting the space to store it? And then if you are, do you mix that water, with, if you got EOG water, do you mix it with Pioneer water, or do you have individual tanks for different people's water?
We can set up ASTs, above ground storage tanks at each location, depending on what the operator is looking at. And I'm not sure about the blending yet, as far as if we're bringing in EOG and sending it along,
Right.
to several other operators. But I haven't really seen that yet. It's more of if they want to build a full water recycling type system out there, for the next 3 projects that they have coming up. It's more of, no, they're going to use water from this location and bringing it into this tank and bringing it in from another location somewhere else, and being able to bring that all together, treating it, sending it back, that type of thing. That's what I've come across most of the time.
So more of a short-term solution to get the water. They don't necessarily have somewhere to put it at today, but they might need it next month or 3 weeks from now, whatever the case might be. So you go ahead and offer a short-term solution. That way it's a little bit cheaper and more cost-effective when they're ready to redeploy the asset.
Right. It really it's dependent upon the operator too. I mean, if they're sending consistently larger amounts of water, yes, I mean, we can build more of a long-term facility. We have one right now that's, I don't remember exactly the number off the top of my head. They started out, but it's a larger operator, and the amounts just keep increasing. I believe it's supposed to increase by another 20,000 barrels in the next couple months. So really, and that's a long term. We've had that out there for almost a year and a half, I believe. So really, like you said, I mean, it just depends on what they're looking for.
Okay, so we've kind of touched on a lot of things you guys offer. Is there anything that maybe we missed or didn't touch on that you say, what, we need to make sure we highlight this service that you guys offer?
Well, we do offer. We do actually offer clear brine fluids, and we trying to think. Sorry, you kind of got me mixed up.
No. Why don't you go ahead and just break that down for folks who aren't familiar with what that is and what that does?
So clear brine fluids, drilling fluids. And we also offer biocides, nanosurfactants. And I'm not a chemist, so I don't know exactly what all those do just yet. I just know we offer it. So I'm still learning as I go. But we do offer our production testing and flowback services and desanding technologies. And we have, right now we're working on, some automated desanding technologies that we have some out right now that have really been doing pretty well. We've had a lot of success so far. And I think that's an area, we're really trying to highlight as well. And that's the thing, a lot of these operators are already working with, and it may be we're only doing, one type of service with this customer, but we're trying to do more horizontal selling, and really kind of, that's what we say, closing the loop, and trying to, be their one full cycle water management solution. And so there's so many things that we offer, like you said, that some people, we're known just as the water transfer guys, because for us with SwiftWater, that's really where we started, and that's just what we're known for. But there's so many things that we can do for you. So we really just try to highlight each thing and see exactly what their problems are. But we want to see what their needs are, and not just go in and try to get everything. We want to really be able to help them the best way that we can.
Sure. Let me ask you this. I've tried to ask this of every guest that's come on so far. What maybe is the one thing, whether it's a direct, indirect concept, or maybe something pretty simple, but what is maybe the one thing that you guys really try to stress for clients up front that might look insignificant, but if it's left unaddressed, 8 months down the road, whatever, could turn out to be a big deal?
I would say, the service that we provide, we've had a lot of good success in what we do, but and that's for anybody around. But I would say if you can get in on the problem early, that's better than trying to go back and play catch up. And so that's kind of where we come in. If we'll do our homework and look at things, or get an idea of some issues that certain operators may be going through, and if we can go through and talk to them and explain, look, if you can do this long term, you're not going to have this problem, and this problem. So really, I would say just trying to address the problems out there early is the best way to do things.
Okay. Landon, well, thank you again for coming on. I don't know if I mentioned the website or not. Let me mention it now, swiftwaterenergy.com, swiftwaterenergy.com. Of course, we'll link to that in the show notes. Is there anywhere else that you want to send people, or anything else that you want to notify people about before we get you out of here today?
Well, you can definitely find me on LinkedIn. I'm pretty active out there. I get a lot of, my buddies on our sales squad. They joke around that I'm always on LinkedIn, but I think it's been very beneficial for me. It helps me stay up to date. So you can definitely find me on LinkedIn. You can always feel free to email me at lmorgan@swiftwater.com. But really, those are the best two ways, I'd say.
Okay, well, good deal. We'll be sure to link to your website and try to get Nate to link to your LinkedIn profile as well. Mine will be there. Okay, Landon, well, thank you so much for coming on. Best of luck to you and the folks at you and the folks at SwiftWater, and listeners. And until next time, keep climbing.